Was it surreal for you? I mean, I just imagine, after I have my last match, which will probably be sooner than later, obviously, taking off the boots for the last time, for
Hmm.
example. How was that for you? I mean, I know sometimes you don't look too much in the past, but taking off the makeup for the probably last time, or taking off the costume for the last time.
Well, I could always put it on, you know, get my jollies putting on my costume.
Right.
Um, yeah, not to get like philosophical, but what I've seen over the years is life is really a one-way street, and it
Hmm.
keeps getting narrower. And part of getting older and part of moving forward is leaving some things behind.
Hmm.
You don't get to take everything with you. What you get to take are the memories
Hmm.
and the accomplishments. Um, I'm sure if you asked Michael Jordan, you'd hear the same thing. Do you miss it? Sure, of course you miss um, that connection and the adrenaline with an audience and the love and the reciprocity. But at some point, you have to let it go.
Hmm. I think a lot of people too might not even understand or might not think about the fact that with Kiss, like you think, well, the Stones are still playing and you're 10 years younger than Mick, but Mick's not wearing the battle gear. Was that getting harder and harder to, I mean, how much does it weigh? 30, 40
Yeah,
carrying
30,
that
40
around?
pounds. Look, we've always been, except when we took it off, we've
Hmm.
always been Kiss as people think of us. And that's you know, part of the identity and part of the persona of the band. So um, we couldn't do this forever any more than Muhammad Ali could fight, or you know Michael Jordan could keep playing. We were and are athletes as much as we are a band,
Hmm.
and at some point you realize either it's getting a lot harder or it's going to get a lot harder. And do you
Hmm.
want to do you want to do you want to be there when you get in the ring with somebody and somebody who's nowhere near your ability knocks you down on the
Yeah.
canvas? So it was more a intellectual decision. It's time to stop, in the same way that an athlete stops, much more than a musician. Because
Hmm.
can I still play? Of course I can. Can I still play Detroit Rock City? Can I still play Love Gun? And sure, but running around in that outfit and doing what I was doing, that's a lot of work.
Hmm. Well, one of the things that everyone was talking about afterwards when the show ended was the way you guys ended the show with this kind of a trailer for the avatars
Mm.
coming out. And I think a lot of people don't quite understand, and we can talk about this, but I did go see the ABBA show in
Mm-hmm.
London with the avatars,
Mm-hmm.
and it's mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really is a full on. I don't want to say a Disney type of a show, but it's something you would see in that realm of it kind of blows your mind with the technology available. So let's talk about the avatars because you end the show with the
Mm-hmm.
avatars. I think a lot of people were a little confused and a lot of people are looking very excited about it.
Understandably,
So yeah, let's discuss that.
it was a double-edged sword.
Hmm.
Um, do you put something out there that in some ways doesn't even resemble what you're going to do, um, but lets people know that there's something coming after this? And that's what we did. Um, Anybody who thought that that's what we're going to wind up with, it was really in such a developmental stage and so early on. There really was talk back and forth. Do we do this? Do we put something out there that really isn't reflective of what we're going to do, but shows that we're moving forward? So that's really what it was. But what we're going to have is mind-boggling. Even since the ABBA show, by the time the ABBA show started, technology had moved
Hmm.
that much further, and that show was great. I
Hmm.
mean, it's when you see people really interacting and responding to them, and they're not holograms and they're not They're not anything that technically most of us understand. But to see people just enjoying the hell out of it and being a part of it, the last thing we're going to do is replicate a concert. I don't want anybody to go, boy, that really looks like a Marshall amplifier. That's not what we're doing. We're creating something really immersive. And whether you like Kiss or don't like Kiss, it goes so far beyond that. It's dazzling, and it's sensory overload for everybody. So we couldn't have better people involved. When you have ILM, George Lucas's people,
Right.
and all these people involved, it's going to be great. I have to say that anybody who's expecting something like what some people have tried in the last decade, I mean, if we were doing that, we wouldn't do anything.
Right.
There's no reason for us to do anything except if we believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Money's great. My rent's paid.
I think what you might be referring to, another show that I saw was the Dio hologram, which is a little weird because it's Dio, but it's not. It's kind of a computer guy. And you mentioned you don't want to do a stimulated concert. This is going to be more of an actual show adventure.
Totally, and it's immersive, and you feel it, and whether it's temperature changes or vibrations or everything, it's just going to be something pretty staggering. But once we stop touring, Kiss becomes more, and always has been, but once we stop touring, Kiss is that much more than a band.
Right.
We're whatever we decide Kiss is. So I think the idea of working with people who are outside of our perspective or idea of what we are, especially the people we're working with, it's like, tell us, show us. And there's just amazing things to be done.
When is the approximate release date, shall we say?
2027.
Is it going to be kind
Vegas?
Of okay? Yeah. You're reading my mind.
Yeah.
So you're kind of looking at it as being almost a residency type of a show, like Circus Lay, or
unlike anything that someone might compare it to, this isn't something that can play Vegas for a month and then move to Topeka, Kansas. It's you build the structure, you build the arena that it's in specifically for that. So that's what's happening. That's what's in the works. You can't install this. It's not a projector and a screen.
Yeah.